Hey there everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Bendle here from Next Level Growth Strategies. This week's business tip was inspired by a number of different conversations I've had with different organizations over the past several weeks. And I gotta tell you that I believe this is one of the greatest productivity and morale killers of all time. And at the same time, if you flip this thing on its head and think about it from a totally different perspective, you'll find that this single thing can open the door to some of your organization's greatest opportunities. Skeptical? You won't be by the end of this video. Trust me, that's just the way it is. That was a hint, by the way. Okay, so stick around because I know you are not going to want to miss out on this week's tip. All right, welcome back everyone. And before we dive on in, if you're a fan of our videos, be sure to give us a like and go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss out on one of our weekly business tips. So let me ask you a quick question that might seem like it's a bit out of left field. What's the first song that comes to mind when I say the name Bruce Hornsby? Now, if you just thought to yourself, who? Just hang in there with me for a minute. And for the rest of you, I'm betting that you said that's just the way it is or the way it is. And if you do a search for Bruce Hornsby on YouTube, that song is the top result with over 34 million views. Not bad. So the reason I brought up Bruce Hornsby is exactly because of that song's title. That's just the way it is. Now, over the past several weeks, I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say that phrase or that phrase's evil cousin. It is what it is. And I'm almost embarrassed to say that I'm one of those people too. But here's the thing, that phrase drives me nuts. It usually rears its head when you run into an obstacle, and too many times people just accept the statement, that's just the way it is, or it is what it is. And I don't know about you, but more times than not, when I hear a statement like that, the first thing in my brain is, well, that's stupid. And I'm betting I'm not alone in that, right? And the reason we think this is that we believe there has to be a better way and that we shouldn't just accept this statement. In fact, successful practitioners of innovation absolutely love this statement because it points immediately to areas of opportunity, either for process improvement or true innovation. About a dozen years ago, I wrote a blog that shared a creative thinking exercise I created that leverages this phenomenon for developing ideas for innovation. And in that blog piece, I provided a template that can help you harness the power of this creative thinking exercise. You'll find a link for that article and the free creative thinking exercise template in the description down below. So here's this week's tip. There are opportunities all around us every day if we just have the right mindset and appetite for making things better and not settling for the status quo. Too often we're in a hurry, we're up against deadlines, or we don't want to bother with it. But when you find yourself saying, thinking, or hearing, that's just the way it is, or it is what it is, just know that you've been handed an opportunity for innovation. This phrase exposes all sorts of inefficiencies all of the time. Whether that's an inefficiency in your business or your industry, you need to be on the lookout and at the ready anytime you hear or think that's just the way it is. Because that is pointing to something that is just screaming out that it needs to be improved. And that is just the way it is. So there you have it. That's this week's tip for getting your business to its next level of profitable growth by creating clarity, alignment, and consistency. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. And that's just the way it is.